Hi folks, LMP3 track guide at Aragon, so let's crack on with it. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show the rules tab. Always have a gander in here because it'll tell you the 4-wheel track rule, which sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work, so bear that in mind. Sometimes it's got pictures in there to make things a little bit easier. But anyway, always, if the rules tab is there, always have a look at it. Info tab for you, we are using the iRacing fixed setup, which is what I follow this series with. If you are doing the open multi-class, you will be a bit quicker than me. I'm normally about 2.5 seconds off the open sessions, so that's what I normally base my track guides on. Track temp of 80 Fahrenheit, so not quite cool to be honest, and a moderate usage of 44% is what I always use for these guides. Now, the lap I'm actually going to show you is we started off quite timid, and then we got it down into the 47s quite quickly, and then we did two 47s like there, so 47.03 and a 47.064. So that's the one I'm actually going to show you lap 12, the fastest lap, because there's only 3 100s different between that lap and a second last lap. So yeah, quite good. This last corner, be very careful because it makes the official last corner very, very snug. And you can quite easily run wide and get an off track. It's great for getting a good run to overtake into turn 1, but you will get an off track. So bear that in mind. It's quite awkward, but I quite like it. Anyway, what else do I show you? I show you my split times, which are all there, so you can optimize it to a certain sector if you are, if your times are similar to mine in there. Otherwise, you can try and focus it down to a few corners, and then we'll go from there. On that note, the OLAP, BLAP, telemetry, and replay file will all be in Discord for you, and I also use Garage61 as well, which is an online telemetry tool, so not affiliated with them. Just think it's a very, very useful thing. If we can all try and improve, you can see my telemetry on there, and you can actually compare my lines with your lines with throttle inputs and brake inputs and all that lovely stuff. So really, really useful for these guides. Should be a good week around here. It's a nice big circuit, plenty of space. Probably going to be maybe once and a bit overtaking the GT4s in the open sessions. But yeah, kind of looking forward to this. When F3 came around here, it was very, very fun. So I'm hoping it's going to be as fun as that. And this last corner is better than the F3 layout anyway. But otherwise, I think that's done people waffling. So yeah, let's crack on with the guide. Right then, Aragon, good little circuit this, so we're hunting down for turn 1. It does appear quite quickly, so be cautious. We are looking for this line just before it. It's the 100-meter mark. Just before it, start standing on the brakes. Use a little bit of curb, not too much. Take this corner slower than you think. Take loads of curb. Do not hit that little potato thing in the middle there. And be careful running too far wide here on exit because there is an off track. Coming around turn 2 now, it's absolutely flat out acceleration zones and try and minimize the steering angle up into 4th. Let the car drift out nicely to the left hand side. Use a little bit of curb, that's absolutely fine. And then at the end of the curb in here, you want to gently coast the car in. Watch that potato, sausage curb, whatever on the apex and have a slight lift off just for a bit of confidence so you don't run too far wide. This corner is very fun, so bring it over to the right hand side. Turn in it as you get to the apex about there. This is where you want to start gently braking. Really easy because you're still turning the car through here, so gently does it. Bring the car over to the right hand side and then turn it in. Be careful of the rear overstepping here, and again be careful about taking too much speed in and running wide. There is annoying off track out there. Get away, get a good exit, and we can focus on the next few corner, which is quite tricky. So This white line here, just after it, we want to start braking. Again, sort of be easy because you're still turning the car around slightly. Just as the second white line ends, start turning, give the curb a little cheeky tickle there on apex and get on full power as soon as you can. Get a nice exit. Again, do not run too far wide. You will get an off track. Coming down to what I think is kind of called the corkscrew. No idea what it's actually called, but wait, just so you see that white line way before you go down it, you want to brake nice and easy through here. Second gear, get on the red sausage curb on the far apex. Down to first for this one because I found second gear just pushed too much. Cut the corner, but try and keep a tire onto the tarmac and then feed in the power. Second, if you got on power now, it would push you wide and get an off track, so that's why I think first will be quite good through there. The open setup will be much, much easier through there. This long sweeping left-hander, flat out, should be absolutely fine. Just watch your exit again, you should be golden. Short line it now, straight line up the hill and try and pick your braking point, which is as soon as you see the curb right there. Brake nice and easy, use a little bit of curb for the entry. Again, be cautious about the rear end stepping out on the fixed setup. Give a little cheeky tickle of the curb on the inside, but do not bounce too much. Do not run too far wide as well because it will unsettle the car. Bring it slightly over to the left-hand side. This one is absolutely flat out. You can cut the corner. You also get blinded by the sun as well, so watch out for that one. And then very tricky braking zone, slightly downhill. Want to use just sort of that where that road disappears off, but just before it. And I do miss the apex a little bit here because I carry a little bit too much speed, so try and rein it in a little bit and get back over to the right hand side of the circuit now to try and maximize the last corner here before the big long straight. First gear again just to get the rotation, and you can short shift into second if you wish, but make sure you get a decent exit around there. That's probably one of the most important corners on the circuit to get right because of this long straight. If you're really up the jack of someone, you will get a nice slipstream, but kind of if you're 1 second behind, you'll get a little bit of one. But you're looking for that white line right there, which is the 50-meter mark. Brake nice and easy, stay mid-corner and let the car drift in ever so nicely and ever so gently because you don't want to run too far wide or you don't want to stay too tight because you will not be able to take this corner flat out. And this is the corner you do want to take out flat out. So this is, you can see here, I'm turning up. I'm just keeping it on the track. If you get on throttle too early, you will run wide and get an off track, which will be really, really annoying. Might be a good, interesting overtaking opportunity, but yeah, really annoying if you're doing your qualifying lap. But that's us cross the line in a 1:47.034. I reckon with an open setup, you could probably get into the 45s here, not going to lie. That last few corners will be much, much happier with an open setup and probably a lot easier to travel. The open session as well with multi-class, you've got a lot of straights here and a lot of fast corners, so pick your overtakes. It's only sort of through the sort of the big bus stop, so the left, right, left before the back straight. If you get caught up in there behind a GT4, it might be a little bit awkward to overtake, but plan your overtakes and you should be absolutely golden. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this helps you out, and if it did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do that love YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.